If you're watching this video, then you've likely mastered the very easy way to select stocks by looking at a chart and selecting those that increase your chances of making profits with lower risk based on the question, if the stock continues to move the way it has been, and does this stock look like it will arrive at higher prices with lower risk compared to the alternative candidates that you reviewed? If you haven't done so, then you should go back and watch the video, How to Narrow Down Potential Trade Prospects. However, if you have mastered this very basic and easy skill, and now wanted to know what more you could possibly do to either reduce the risk or increase the likelihood of success, then you've come to the right video. The bottom line, it's this. Don't try to trade any stock that can be impacted by any news event coming out that day or in the next few days. For example, the company you want to trade is about to announce earnings or will do so within a week. Considering that most trades are short-term, nothing can torpedo a trade at the onset more than a company that's about to report bad news. Yes, it's true, they could report good news, but if you haven't become an expert in the stock, I would stay away until they've announced earnings and all the subsequent trading on that news is finished, which is usually about 3 trading days after their earnings announcements. Also, major economic announcements by the government or the Federal Reserve can impact stocks and the whole stock market. If you've been watching the news, then you've likely seen how everything in the market seems to be hinged on whether interest rates will be decreased or increased by the Federal Reserve, or based on the government's inflation or new jobs numbers. If market announcements are just around the corner, you may want to hold off on making any big trades, or you may want to reduce the number of trades you take that week when these events are forthcoming, because they can and will reverse a market, and that will definitely affect those trades found in the high-performing strategies tab as well. You may also see commodities news that affects the entire market, like higher oil price expectations because they just announced lower production. Of course, if your current trade is going to be in the oil or energy-related industry, and you're going to be very happy to get that news. But on the flip side, if oil prices have been rising and you're currently in a trade when oil inventories is about to be reported, you may want to tighten your stop-loss order on that stock. Finally, if there are any mega companies reporting earnings news from the industry your stock is in, you may want to hold off because bad news could almost immediately sink your stock. Your goal should be to ride a trend that is in progress and seek those trade candidates that are free of any upcoming news events, if you can avoid them. This will increase the chances that a stock's trajectory will continue as it has done, which was the main reason you bought it or wanted to buy it. Again, if there is risk of an announcement, then try to avoid that risk by passing on that trade. Now, where can you find this information? I believe nearly all brokers firms now will show you event calendars, such as economic calendars and earnings calendars. You can find all this information there. Remember, when a Chartacus strategy flashes a signal, it is based on technical analysis data. It's based on the prior day's price movements, many other factors based on the current trend, and other analytical data we produce. It is not based on earnings or news expectations. Therefore, if there is any news events ready to be released that could impact that trade that day or in the days to come, feel free to either pass it on completely or trade smaller, meaning whatever you normally trade, cut it in half to ensure that you've reduced your risks for these unexpected events. We feel confident that if you apply these additional screens before making a trade, you'll start to trade smarter and you'll be learning how to control, manage, and reduce risk, which is what smart trading is all about. Maximizing returns while minimizing risks. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't already subscribed to our free 2-week trial, now is the time to do so. We hope to see you soon in the Trading Coliseum.